time once again to slip into your camo, grab your bow, and join us out in the field for another episode of the Up North Journal, presented by PSE Archery. The Up North Journal crew is knocked and ready to rock for another exciting adventure. So let's step outside and hit the trail.
Hi, I'm Mara Dougherty from the Up North Journal podcast. Do you want to take your bow hunting and shooting skills to the next level? If so, listen to this mini podcast where Bobby Vargas from PSE Archery Marketing to help you get to the next level.
We're back again for another tech tip with PSE's Bobby Vargas. And Bobby, what's going on in Arizona, man? Is it still hot out there? Every time we talk to you, it's hot.
Man, I think it's. I think if you call and do an interview on Christmas Day, that might not be that hot that day. But any other day, the rest of the year, it's going to be hot.
Well, we were trying to keep you too long here, but something I want to talk to you about today. We hear a lot of people talking about third axis on their bows. Why is the third axis so important when we're shooting?
It is super important when we're shooting. A lot of people don't really realize how important it is. So primarily what the third axis does is, the third axis level, just about every sight out there today has some kind of level on it. And if it doesn't, get one. Get one on your bow. You'll realize how important it is when we explain third axis here. So what you want your bow to be level to the ground, basically, perpendicular to the ground, so that when you're shooting on a level plane, you have your bow straight up and down, and it eliminates any lefts and rights. So if you hold your bow up and tip it to the right, then the further out your target is, the further out your arrow is going to impact to the right. Same if you tip your bow to the left, it's called canting. So if you cant your bow to the left, your arrow is going to impact to the left. So that bubble level on your sight helps you keep your bow perpendicular to the ground. And what a lot of people don't really realize or go beyond that point is on the third axis level, it helps you keep your bubble and bow level when you're shooting uphill and downhill. And if you're in a place where you don't ever think you're going to have to shoot uphill or downhill, then third axis isn't really going to help you a bunch. But I promise you, that moment that you have to make an uphill or downhill shot, it's going to make a huge difference. So out here and out west, and I know we talk about that a lot, but that's the example that I have. We're on hillsides. We're hiking the desert mountains here for mule deer and coos deer and things like that. If you're on a hillside in the middle of your stalk and you're stalking up, you don't know exactly when you're going to get that shot. And sometimes you might get lucky and you're on perfectly flat ground and you can use your level as it is, but that's not always the case. A lot of times you're on a hillside and you have to shoot uphill or downhill, and when you pick your bow up or down, it's important to have that third axis level set because it's going to help you keep your bow perpendicular to level in that position as well. And depending on the sight that you have, not all sights have that third axis adjustability. So when you're searching for a sight, talk to your retailer, ask him if the sight you're looking for has that third axis adjustment on it. So it's going to be really, really important if you're ever going to be in a situation where you have to shoot uphill or downhill. Just like your bubble level is important on level ground, it's just as important, if not more important, when you're having to shoot uphill or downhill.
Oh, man, that explains it great. That's some great advice. So make sure when you're out there looking, get one of them and make sure your site has it on there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, I appreciate you explaining that to us this week. And I tell you what, if you guys got any questions or anything about, anything with the tech tips, PSE has got a full-blown YouTube page with all kinds of tips, techniques, and things that can help you out in the field. So make sure you go over and check out their website, and they've got the links on there, and we've got them on our webpage as well. So that'll do it for this tech tip.
Thanks for listening to this mini podcast. If you would like to listen to our weekly full podcast, go to upnorthjournal.com and click on the audio section. For any other outdoor content from Up North Journal, check out our social media sites on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.